Hi, I'm Steve Copnell from Allett Mowers, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the cylinder and the rear roller drive belts on our Classic and Kensington petrol range. So first we're going to use the 5mm Allen key supplied with the mower, and we're going to remove the side guard using the 4 fixings in each corner. So you may need to make adjustments for the cylinder or the rear roller belt tension if you're struggling for the drive to the cylinder. So if the cylinder is stopping rotating or causing the belt to slip, or you're not getting the drive required. So if you're finding that you're having to push the mower rather than it being driven, then that's the time we need to make adjustments to these belts. They will begin to stretch over time as they begin to wear, so that's the time we need to look at adjustment. So the 2 cables coming in through the side of the chassis are to adjust to operate these belts. So the first one here at the top, that is for the cylinder, and the bottom one is for the rear roller. So before we make any adjustments, you want to make sure that the cable is actually seated correctly. So you don't want it to be twisted or hanging outside of the grommet. You want that cable to be sat inside the grommet and secured to the actual cable, making sure there's no tight bends and it's routed correctly. So to make adjustments, so we have you need a 10mm spanner, and you want to slacken the lock nut that's against the chassis. Now if we need more tension, we basically need to unscrew the adjuster, and that will then put more tension onto the belt itself. So as we screw that, it's bringing in the tensioner adjuster arm. Best just to do a couple of turns rather than overdoing it. So just a couple of turns and then just try it just to see if that's giving you the adjustment required. Once you've made the adjustment, just lock that nut back up against the chassis. If you're finding that you're starting the engine and the machine is operating on its own, then we would need to put less tension onto the drive. So if we're starting the engine and the machine is beginning to creep forward on its own, basically we need to put less tension on. So we'll need to screw that thread, the adjuster thread, inwards. So that's the clockwise adjustment, and that will basically move the tensioner arm away from the cable. Again, once you're happy with the adjustment made, just lock that nut back up. Never do adjustments while the engine is running. Always make sure the engine is isolated before making any adjustments. Now we've made the changes, we can now put the side guard back into position.